motive. I'm Pam Puso, Fox News. Authorities are piecing together what led to the shooting at last night's White House Correspondents Dinner in Washington. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche spoke to Fox News Sunday.
It appears he was targeting members of the administration, but I say that generally because that's all we know right now. We don't have any specifics beyond that.
The suspect has been identified as 31-year-old Cole Allen of Torrance, California, a teacher. Officials from around the world are reacting.
In South America, the acting president of Venezuela posting, quote, "We strongly condemn the attempted attack against President Trump and his wife, Melania Trump. We extend our best wishes to them and to all attendees at the Correspondents' Dinner. Violence is never an option for those who uphold the values of peace." French President Emmanuel Macron posting, quote, "The armed attack targeting the president of the United States last night is unacceptable. Violence has no place in a democracy." The UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer also sending a message of solidarity, saying any attack on democratic institutions or on the freedom of the press must be condemned in the strongest possible terms.
Fox's Chanley Painter. Allen is expected to be arraigned tomorrow. Britain's Prince Charles is being kept fully informed of developments surrounding the shooting. A spokesperson for Buckingham Palace says discussions are taking place to see how the shooting may or may not impact operational planning for this week's royal visit to the U.S. 9 people were wounded in a mass shooting near Indiana University in Bloomington early this morning. Police say gunfire broke out just after midnight on Kirkwood Avenue as crowds gathered for the Little 500 cycling celebration. Authorities responded to reports of multiple victims and 9 people were taken to area hospitals. No arrests have been made yet. America's listening to Fox News.
Fox News Books has boasted a host of bestsellers. Now, Fox News Books enters the world of podcasting. This season, the Fox News Books podcast presents The Miracles Among Us. For its first season, Fox News Books will present this special podcast brought to you by the author, Fox News senior medical analyst, Dr. Mark Siegel. The Miracles Among Us on the Fox News Books podcast. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you download podcasts.
Hello, everyone. This is Ainsley Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52-episode podcast series, The Life of Jesus.
Neil McDonough portrays Jesus. Stacy Keach, Sean Astin, Michael York, and Kristen Bell provide the voices for some of Jesus' notable followers. A listening experience that will provide hope, comfort, and understanding of the greatest story ever told, The Life of Jesus.
Make sure to spread the word.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Severe thunderstorms are heading our way. The sun is shining and it's 54 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. I'm Renuka Bachpai. Here's what's trending at 11:03. I spoke to National Weather Service meteorologist Jason Puma, and he said storms will be heading our way this upcoming work week. Renuka Bachpai, we are expecting a severe thunderstorm on Monday. Clouds thin as the days go on, leading to a brighter and pleasant warm afternoon. But starting tomorrow, things will change. I spoke to meteorologist Jason Puma, and he said,
tomorrow is going to be one of those days when we're going to have to watch out for severe weather across Indiana and much of the Midwest. We're expecting a storm system.
Showers and storms will push towards central Indiana, causing high winds, and it's best to stay off roads from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. tomorrow night. Renuka Bachpai, 93 WIBC Mobile News. The Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra is offering a new initiative allowing children ages 6 to 18 to attend select classical concerts for free when accompanied by paying adult. The program launched in April 2026, and it aims to make live classical music more accessible and encourage families to attend performances together. Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra leaders say the effort is designed to build lifelong appreciation for the arts while creating a shared family experiences. The promotion applies to classical series concerts with some additional opportunities for select performances. WIBC News Time 11:04. Here's the forecast from the Standard Cooling Weather Center.
As we move into our Sunday, we're going to be mostly sunny with light breeze out of the east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. High temperature reaches about 75 in the afternoon. A very good day coming our way. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Junior Sudas for 93 WIBC.
I'm Renuka Bachpai on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
It's Terri Stacy, and thousands of people start the year with good intentions of losing weight and getting in shape by spring. For over 22 years, Exercising has helped Hoosiers build muscle and lose weight and transform their health, which means creating lifelong habits rather than a resolution most of us don't keep. Exercising works, and the best part about it, it only takes 20 minutes once a week. Their unique training method was developed in an osteoporosis research study to help prevent bone mineral loss in older women. The women in the study got very strong in a short amount of time. When the method is applied to normal, healthy adults, both men and women get a lot stronger. Their Simple 9 nutritional program has helped their clients lose over 40,000 pounds since 2013. They've also seen their clients lower blood pressure, improve blood sugar, and get off prescription meds. Get started right now. Avon, Brownsburg, Fishers, Greenwood, and Zionsville. Change your life in 20 minutes once a week. Go to exerciseinc.com to request a free consultation. Good morning, fellow Hoosiers everywhere. Wow. What a few days we've had. This is the First Day Show on 93 WIBC. I'm Terri Stacy along with
Kielynn Talley. Hello, friends.
Hello, beautiful.
Boy, some crazy headlines to get through today.
I'm telling you, we start out on Friday with the bad weather, the severe weather. We could have more coming in tomorrow night. And then we hear the talks between the United States and Iran that did not happen. And then we follow up with, here, and we will talk about what happened in Washington, D.C., but we wake up to the news that 9 people wounded in that mass shooting near the campus of IU down in Bloomington early this morning. And, everybody was celebrating the Little 500 along Kirkwood and just really I think it's maybe just a block or two away from IU, from the campus itself.
Yeah.
This is the 400 block of East Kirkwood. Yeah, about a block away, where police found multiple wounded individuals, and again, 9 taken to the hospitals, including 6 by ambulance as of 3 a.m. early this morning. That is terrifying if you hear that news as a parent or just as in the community itself. But to hear, Bloomington always just feels so safe to me.
Right.
And
there are
believe
parties.
me, it is. This doesn't mean that this is like this all the time, but virtually this beautiful community. I love Bloomington. And, yeah.
Someone made the connection that this shooting comes exactly a week after the mass shooting at University of Iowa, another Big Ten school, which is very sad.
Look how quickly I forgot about that. The news, I can't keep up with all the news. I'm trying desperately. And this is Sunday, and we always have such a good time here. And we're going
we
to.
Will. We
I
still
promise
will.
you. But to get through some of this, just to let you know that we're thinking about it, too. The incident then at the Washington Hilton, just a terrifying scene. I was watching it all play out. I was watching C-SPAN. I wanted to see what was going to happen at this one because President Trump was coming with nearly his entire cabinet. But just shortly after the thing gets started, it's so interesting that everybody that talks about it and tells the story, they all relate it to, well, we were just sitting down and I was having my salad.
Right.
They talk about
Dinner
what they were having.
hadn't even been served yet.
I was having some bread and butter. Yeah, dinner hadn't been served
They were coming over,
yet.
giving drinks.
Yeah. And they really set the scene for you, everybody. But then this attack, which is believed to be a lone suspect now, armed with shotgun, handgun, knives. I know you all know about this, but just the fact that he got so close to the Secret Service checkpoint near this ballroom is terrifying. You would have thought it was the safest place on earth with all that were there in this over 200,000. Or 2,000, excuse me, 200,000. Wow.
Well, that'd be a big dinner.
Yeah. No fatalities reported. One Secret Service agent injured, protected by his bulletproof vest. For the very latest. And then again, suspect caught, identified, 31 years old. 31. Did you see that he was a teacher or had been a teacher?
Had been a teacher
in
previously.
California? Again, believed to have acted alone. Those federal charges, which include assault on federal officer, weapons offenses too, should be arraigned tomorrow. But President Trump got to Truth Social, and this is what he said. I guess this was early this morning. He says, what happened last night is exactly the reason that our great military, Secret Service, law enforcement, and for different reasons, every president for the last 150 years have been demanding that a large and safe and secure ballroom be built on the grounds of the White House.
Mm-hmm.
I just find it interesting that he's bringing back the ballroom conversation. He
Some
mentioned it last night in his
politicians
press
have also
conference.
said the same, though.
Yeah,
They did.
They need this safe ballroom. He said nothing should be allowed to interfere with its construction, which is on budget and substantially ahead of schedule. Thank you for the attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Getting ready for the King and Queen, by the way, to arrive. And in the middle of all of this, the King and Queen are coming.
Ceasefire talks of canceled plans, but then also this.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But it's certainly thinking, and just to wrap that up, but in Bloomington, thinking about all of you that are in that community, as well as the parents and the students that will never forget that moment.
Will also be a news conference happening at 1 p.m. from the mayor and the chief of police there in Bloomington. So keep an eye out for all of your news stations here locally, and they'll be able to cover that and what they're able to say upon that. But yeah, our hearts, our thoughts, everything is with them today.
Absolutely. I'm just checking. King Charles and Camilla, they'll be arriving in Washington, D.C. on Monday. They're going to spend 4 days in the United States. I bet they'll hear about the ballroom. There will be tea with the Trumps and a garden party at the British Embassy before a night of sleep at the president's guest house. That's Blair House, before they really get down to business on Tuesday.
Terry, I can't help but think about our tea room conversation with Indianapolis Monthly, because tea is always a good thing, especially, does it make you feel like a king and queen like them?
They'll be arriving shortly. And
we'll talk with them at the top of next hour.
We will. We'll talk to them at the top of the hour. But we have been trying to track down Tony Kinnett. Tony Kinnett was there last night at the Washington Hilton. And so we will find out for him. We've got him. He's at the airport and getting ready to board a plane to come home. But Kielynn caught him, and we'll get him, and you'll hear from him here just in a few minutes. Thanks for joining us here. This is the first day on 93 WIBC.
Trump believes he has the upper hand in the ongoing war with Iran.
93 WIBC.
They have all new leadership and they're fighting like cats and dogs.
What happens next?
Infighting within the regime's leadership has complicated negotiating efforts.
Happens here.
Iran's supreme leader issuing a rare statement. A fracture has occurred in the enemy.
Tornado tore through the area, leveling homes and flipping cars into the air.
Betrayed his fellow soldiers by utilizing classified information for his own financial gain.
$3.70 a gallon at the pumps.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
J&V here, and the teams at Sundown Gardens and Miss M's Home and Garden are ready to help you turn your yard into a place you love. The garden centers are stocked with bedding, flats, hanging baskets, and combo planters, lush tropicals, container trees, and shrubs, and more. With new plants, trees, and shrubs coming in daily, you'll find everything you need to make your yard feel like home. Stop by today. Sundown Gardens in Westfield at 186th Street and Spring Mill Road, and Miss M's on State Road 135 just south of Whiteland Road in Bargersville.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com. We won't leave you waiting. Sing it with me.
Always on time, or you don't pay it time. Always on time, or you don't pay it time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Hi, everybody. Terri Stacy here. You might be enjoying a cup of coffee on your deck. Maybe you're doing that right at this moment, enjoying the outdoors, and you just don't want to look at the deck because you know the deck is getting old and it's stained, and you know you're just gonna maybe have to live with it. You don't have to live with it. You don't. Premier Deck Coating really has been a lifesaver for us. Premier Deck Coating will transform that outdoor living space by bringing you the most absolutely beautiful, best protected deck in the world. And it's Premier Deck Coating. It helps repair moisture. It adds scratch resistance. It just makes everything look fantastic. The best part is it's backed with a 10-year warranty, 10 years, virtually any color. That means no more staining, no more painting every couple of years, and you're going to save a ton of money. They'll do decks, fences, pergolas. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor space, get a free quote today. Call 317-696-4071 or check them out online at premierdeckcoating.com.
Greetings from R&R Agency, your Indiana health insurance pros, and a sincere thank you to our loyal customers for helping us to another record year. We recently saved a 62-year-old retiring couple over $800 monthly when compared to their COBRA offerings. We recently saved a family of 4 over $400 monthly when compared to their $7,500 deductible program on the ACA, and you know that's still Obamacare. We recently saved a small 4-man manufacturing company over $1,000 monthly and gave them better coverage. We feature coverages guaranteed to age 65, low out-of-pocket expenses, the largest networks in the country, and you can sign up anytime. If you are retiring early, self-employed, or need coverage for your small group, call us at 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. If you don't call us, we can't help you. What do you got to lose? Call us 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. As always, God bless America, common sense government, and peace through strict.
This hour is powered by Damon's Garden Center West on Rockville Road.
You always remind me, you remind me of amazing grace.
This is First Day Indiana. Terri Stacy along with Kielynn. Tally and chaos, as you all know by now, erupted at Washington's premier social event, the White House Correspondents Dinner. I was watching C-SPAN at the time, saw everything, and then I learned that our friend Tony Kinnett, who you hear on WIBC and elsewhere, was at the dinner last night. He joins us now before he flies out of Washington, D.C. Tony, we're so glad, first and foremost, that everybody's okay, but tell us about last night, you just being a part of this. First, was that your first Correspondents Dinner?
Yes, that was my first Correspondents Dinner.
Tell us about the night.
So, got into the room, very crowded, seeing a lot of people that we know, a lot of friendly faces, a lot of unfriendly faces. Got to talk with the Secretary of State for a couple of seconds, and got started with the program. Beautiful playing from the Marine Band. President walks out, sits down, and just as we sit down to dinner service, we heard 3 loud, kind of muffled bangs. And it sounded, honestly, because all of the doors were shut to the main ballroom, as though someone had slammed a chair down in the room. And before we knew it, there was an individual rushing up the center of the aisle towards the administration's table. And it took them less than a minute to evacuate the administration. 4 officers replaced them with M4s drawn. And then you all actually heard far more about this than we did. We were in there for an hour. All of the cell signals were jammed because they were moving the president. And very little word could get in or out. And so we had no idea what was going on for a while. I had shoved our White House correspondent to the ground, not too roughly, I hope, and tried to get up and record some of the evacuation in progress.
We've all seen the videos at this point of those moments during the dinner, but we get to see the president and some of his staff brushed away. What happens for you guys in those moments? Do you guys have to evacuate as well, or else just stay in place? What happens?
You were under tables. I think many were under tables too.
Right.
Right. We were told to. Well, we weren't told anything, but we stayed right there, and for about an hour in total. So in that moment, we were just kind of locked into place. Some people were standing. We were at a table with Univision, who was standing up, and they started recording rapid fire Spanish. And then I stood up and started recording as well. There were 1 or 2 individuals who attempted to shout something out, and they were immediately shouted down by Secret Service to get down and stay down. There were at least 6 different exit points where various VIPs in the crowd who you just were kind of seeing for the first time, like, for example, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, who was rushed out immediately. that kind of quick moment for us. We had no idea what it was. So we actually had no idea. There was actually the first rumor that came through was that there was an explosion upstairs. So, I mean, there was another rumor that maybe we had been attacked as a country and they had to get the administration out because they were all located. Very rare to have the vice president and the secretary of state and the speaker of the House in the same room. That's very rare.
Yeah. And therefore, you think, if you've got Sean Duffy and you've got Marco Rubio and J.D. Vance and Pete Hegseth and everybody there, nearly everybody in the cabinet, you had thought security was there was the safest place in the world at that moment. How much security did you go through to get to that ballroom?
Very, very little. So there was an initial line of security that we actually had to, my ticket was in, but the registry was listed in a slightly different place, but I was still waved through because I was in a tux. And then once we were in the hotel, there was only one other security. I mean, as long as you flashed a ticket, then you were fine. And they didn't even look at them too closely until you got to security. And then it was a pat down and the metal detectors. I mean, honest to goodness, I think that it's the bigger blessing here is that if this individual would have showed up before the event had started and just sat in the hotel all day, it's likely he may have even been more successful, God forbid, than he was.
Yeah. Kielynn?
Tony Kinnett is here with us, part of the Tony Kinnett cast that you hear right here on 93 WIBC, 7 to 8 every weekday. And then he's also a national correspondent with the Daily Signal. He's talking about the White House Correspondents Dinner, and you've seen it already in the news. But something else in the news, Karoline Leavitt, White House press secretary, this is also kind of a formal goodbye for her because she's expected to have her baby next week, but she's also in the news because of this pre-event red carpet interview that she had in this little bit of audio that I want to share with you.
He is ready to rumble. This speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Wow.
Obviously, around stuff like this, there's going to be conspiracy theories already starting, but with that said right before during the red carpet, Tony, what kind of reaction are you supposed to have with something like that?
I mean, I think this is a case of it's like we all have these colloquials, right? Where there's ill timing. I mean, I remember growing up, there were certain colloquials that you might say that are rather ill timed. I mean, how many sitcom tropes are there in which someone asks a blind person, if you see what I mean? And then immediately there's the concern over, I said that, I didn't mean it that way. And everyone understands that. And again, there are some people that are itching to believe conspiracies because that generates clicks and it makes them feel smarter than they are. And it's unfortunate. But I'm sorry, of all of the individuals to be involved in some kind of plotting, the pregnant press secretary is not one of those.
Cole Thomas Allen, 31, now in custody, being charged tomorrow. Those counts will come down: 2 counts of using a firearm and 1 count of assault on a federal officer using a dangerous weapon. Do you know any more, or have you learned any more today that we might not have learned?
Yes, I am. The White House Correspondents Association president, the lady who was sitting next to Trump, not Melania, gave a closing statement that I haven't seen anything about, and I focus on this because it discourages me and disgusts me, and I haven't seen any coverage. She got up after we're done, and we haven't heard anything on the inside. Everyone else had heard far more than we had, and they were announcing that we all had to evacuate the premises, finally, after an hour and a half, and she had said that She asked us to give ourselves a round of applause because she said journalists are very brave. Not a word about the law enforcement, not a word about the status of the shooter, nothing.
Yeah.
And my stomach turned at that because it's such a common American idea that we thank law enforcement for stopping what could have been a horrible tragedy. Yeah, and to see that immediately the vibe instead was, well, we need to congratulate ourselves for being brave in this room. It rubbed me the wrong way. It's not how I was raised as a Hoosier.
Yeah.
And it's stuck in my mind. It's like a grain of sand kind of in the shoe. I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you wholeheartedly. As you were leaving the ballroom,
and saw what had happened, as far as, because we heard that there was glass shattered everywhere. And did you see all of that as you were leaving the hotel?
No, in fact, it wasn't until we were actually out of the hotel that I turned around and thought, oh, I actually just walked through that active forensic scene.
Yeah. Did it scare you? Were you scared? What were you feeling? Because to me, that would just be so terrifying. But it felt like, as I was watching C-SPAN, that it's remained pretty calm within that ballroom, because I guess nobody knew what was actually going on. For you, was there a moment of fear?
Yes, my initial reaction was to, again, kind of shove our White House correspondent Elizabeth Mitchell down, and then I stood up to look, and I got out my phone and started doing kind of what I've done before, which is quietly kind of narrating what was going on, as I do kind of on the air, just because that's kind of instinct. I looked around to see if there was anyone who was pretending to be nonchalant, and that's this old instinct that kicks in. Because in a moment like that, everyone looks nervous or is assessing the threat. So if there was someone who was pretending to look casual, they're pretending to look unconcerned or trying to act normal, we would say, that is a person of high interest and suspicion. In an event like that, it is not unlikely that there could be a second instigator. And so that's what I was looking for. And again, we didn't know. There was no, hey, it's fine, everything is okay, we're assessing the details, please sit tight. There was none of that, which is abysmal. I'm sorry, that is beyond abysmal. So that, for me, that there was a moment of fear, of course. And the cell phone jamming, though, like not being able to reach anyone in or out, that was probably worse, because I didn't even have the opportunity to tell friends and family that I was safe.
Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right. There is some talk today among some of the media that this was some say it was a security failure. On the other hand, if you look at it, one of the Secret Service agents was shot. He had his vest on. He's doing okay. It could have been so much worse. So in your opinion, was that a security failure of some sort?
I don't think that if I was in a situation in which I was in a burning building and the fire department arrived 5 minutes later than they should have, but they still rescued me, that I would criticize the fire department. In this situation, I am going to refrain from analyzing or criticizing any law enforcement at the day, because ultimately they did what they were supposed to do, which is protect the president, the administration, those attending, and me.
That's right.
And so I am going to politely refrain from any of that at the moment. I don't think that's my place.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And Kielynn, you get the last question.
I thank you for being with us. You're on the plane right now, ready to head back here to Indiana. But just as Trump posted on Truth Social, he said, let the show go on. We'll just have to do it again, doing this Correspondents Dinner. Are you going to be going back to do the dinner again in the next 30 days when it's rescheduled?
I think that is kind of answered for me. I'm guessing the answer to that is very much yes. To be honest with you, I just want to be home in Indiana. I don't like DC very much to begin with, but having to walk in tux dress shoes for a couple of miles so that I could find a ride back to the hotel was not exactly enjoyable.
Wow.
No.
Did you sleep at all last night?
On and off.
On and off. Listen, we're grateful for your time. Have a safe trip home. Glad you're safe and sound, as everyone is that attended the White House Correspondents Dinner. Tony Kinnett. Tony, thank you for your time.
Really appreciate you guys. God bless.
It is 11:28. Let's get you some more news coming up next here on the first day on 93 WIBC.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Introducing Bluebell Pro, a dessert with up to 12 grams of protein and 110 calories or less per serving. Low fat, no added sugars, and gluten-free. Dig into a pint. It's more than just protein. It's Bluebell Pro. Never has high protein tasted so good.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream in your local grocer. If you can't find it, ask for it.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TAXI for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TAXI for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TAXI.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. Ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The exterior of your home says a lot about the owner. What you're saying about you. Here's a hint. If you've got faded siding, peeling paint, or a color that makes you think of shag carpets and 25-cent gas, your house may be the talk of the neighborhood, but not in a good way. A refreshing new look is more than just slapping on a new coat of paint. It's getting the look exactly right with flawless prep, protective coatings, clean lines, smooth finishes, and zero headaches. Not every old painting company can do that. Spartan can. They prep it, protect it, and paint it right the first time. Spartan will also match or beat the price of those corporate painting chains. And every project is covered by a 7-year warranty. You'll get peace of mind along with a boost in curb appeal. Your house will be saying all the right things about you. Spartan also handles commercial jobs as well as residential. Google Spartan Construction or call 317-649-5266 to get started on the new look your home deserves. Spartan Construction Group. Painting exteriors, transforming impressions.
Only local real estate agent I'd trust with the sale of my home and actually finding me a new one. It's Mark Dietl. And Mark is used to dealing with challenging situations and making them simple and successful. Like Angie in Fairland was handling her mom's estate, needed to sell the home she grew up in. It was emotional, but the Dietl team handled the listing and repairs, secured a buyer, and sold the house after just 9 days on the market, stress-free. Find him at markdietl.com, DIETEL.com.
Mark Dietl guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You pick your move date, no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Call Mark Dietl today. Ask about the guarantee. 317-755-4232 or visit markdietl.com. That's Mark, DIETEL, markdietl.com. Fox News, I'm Gian Gelosi. U.S. officials are set to arrive in Pakistan for a new round of peace talks led by Vice President J.D. Vance. But Iran is reportedly refusing to come to the table.
I spoke with President Trump over the weekend, who told me if the deal isn't done, the deal that we made, then I'm going to take out their bridges and their power plants. He went on to say, if they don't sign this thing, the whole country is going to get blown up.
Now, that's Fox's Trey Yingst. Talks come as Tehran vows retaliation after a U.S. seized one of their ships in the Strait of Hormuz, blowing a hole in the engine room. In Shreveport, Louisiana, a man shot and killed 8 children, 7 of his own, and badly wounded their mother. State Senator Sam Jenkins told Fox 33.
I'm very concerned that we are not maybe keeping a closer track on people who have had some history of domestic violence.
The gunman fled and was shot and killed by police.
It is 11:34. Good morning to you. Thank you all so much for joining us here on the First Day Show on 93 WIBC. I'm Terri Stacy, along with the beautiful Kielynn Talley, producing today's show.
It's a beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day.
Can
Can they see you if they're streaming on YouTube?
Hello, everybody. A little Kielynn cam.
I love it. Mentioning very briefly to those of you asking, Denny is not going to be here with us for some time here, maybe over the summer. He's involved in doing some things on Sundays that have become a regular part of his life, and it's more important than coming in here. I know you miss him. I miss him.
We miss him dearly.
We do,
but
and
absolutely take care of what you need.
We may continue somehow or another Denny's Dollars and Cents. We may continue that as we move forward, but we'll make sure he's got time to spend with us if he can. Thank you, by the way, for asking. I know that tickles him to death. Known as one of the largest, let's have some fun. Can we? The news is a little bleak this morning, a little hard. But let's veer away for a minute. And known as one of the largest car auctions in the entire world, is bringing together car enthusiasts just like you and serious collectors, and also people like Kielynn, which are just curious spectators, for a really cool experience. It's Dana Mecum's 39th Original Spring Classic, the 8th through the 16th at the State Fairgrounds. On the phone with us is David Morton. Hi, David.
Hi, Terry. Good morning. How are you today?
We're good. Thank you so much for giving us some of your time on a Sunday. We always love to hear from folks on Sunday. It's a challenging day to get a guest, and thank you. Tell everybody why the Mecum Spring Classic is such a big deal here in Indianapolis each year.
Well, we can't trump what the folks at the 16th in Georgetown do, 110th year of the Speedway.
Yeah.
But we're in our 39th year. That's a pretty good run, and this is our 19th year in Indianapolis with our Spring Classic. This event is continuing to grow. We'll push almost 3,000 cars across the auction block over 9 days at the fairgrounds.
The 39th annual one. I've never been to an auction personally, and that I hear so much about it. Can you tell someone who hasn't been, like me, or someone who is just interested in going, tell us about the auction process and what to expect when they do go to an event like this?
So what we do is we're like a circus that travels around the country doing collector car auctions. We started our year in January. We had 4,100 cars there. We're in Glendale, Arizona, outside of Phoenix. Then we went to Houston. Now we're in Indianapolis in May. And what we do is cars are consigned to us from collectors, individuals, estates, whatever the case might be, and they come in and then displayed. So anyone with a spectator ticket is eligible to look at the cars on display throughout we have 20 buildings and tents on the fairgrounds filled with cars. So they're on display, available before they go on the auction block. They're staged in the West Pavilion, and then they go left to right across the auction stage in the Coliseum. And beyond the cars being there for display and watching the auction, there's other activities. And one of the big hits is a Dodge Thrill Ride, which is a drifting course put on by Dodge. And you're getting in a car that is 700 horsepower, and you're letting a professional driver spin your head a little bit and have fun.
Oh, that's so cool. Do we need to pre-register for that one? Because, a lot of folks want
there.
that.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
What about...
Nope. And
please.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Terry.
21 and older?
No, it's not even that. It's not even a height restriction. It's the height restriction only on the Dodge Thrill Ride is based on the sitting in the front seat or the back seat. So buckle up, put your GoPro or whatever camera you want, and capture the history.
That's so
and
cool.
And because people, you can get to that front of the line. If there's a long line, we'll take you to the front of the line and let you go a couple times if you want. So it's definitely a thrill.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can do it together. So you can scream together and have some fun.
That is
Challenge
so
accepted.
fun.
I'll be there.
I love it.
Celebrating
love it,
the
love
month
it.
of May.
3,000 cars. Are there any, David Morton with us, are there any headline grabbing or must-see vehicles attendees should gasp over?
Well, among 3,000, you're going to see, many people have never seen a Ferrari F40 or F50. We have one of each. In fact, we have now, so those are multi-million-dollar cars. There's a Bugatti from 1995 that when Bugatti was going through the financial challenges in that era, this is a car that was apparently leveraged by a creditor of some sort because it's like the lost Bugatti, and that's a multi-million-dollar car. Those three cars are coming from what's called the M Group collection, which is a large collection, about 40-some cars, about 9 Ferraris, 11 European exotics, and the rest of them, about 20-some cars, American Muscle and Classics. So that's a great thing about going to an auction like this, is that you're not just getting a small handful of cars that are being auctioned. There's 3,000 cars, and so there'll literally be more than 100 years of automotive history available on display. You can look at them. There's car information on there. There's QR codes on each car that you can then scan and takes you to a website with more information and details. There's people around the cars, so if you're register to bid for $200, and that gets you and a guest in for all 9 days of the auction, then you can learn more about these cars with our lot managers and the consigners and things. So it's a very active, high energy, very fast-paced environment. It's something that when Indianapolis became its home for the Spring Classic, this is the original auction that Dana and Patty started at their kitchen table in 1988. And I should correct myself. It's a dining room table that Dana told me. It was a kitchen table when he moved in there, when Patty said, okay, you need to get an office for this company here. And now we're the biggest in the world at what we do. We do auctions throughout the country. We used to do 2 auctions in Indianapolis because it's been such a strong market for us. We're going to stick to the one and do it better than the other 2 combined. So come out and see us. Tickets are $25% discounted until the day the auction opens up. So it's 25% off of the $30 ticket price that people can buy online at Mecum.com.
Mecum.com. Kielynn?
I love the thought of all these cars. They sound stunning, but there's no way I would be able to purchase one of these. So going as a spectator, can you talk on that experience? If they're not going to buy the car, still being able to buy a ticket and go in, can you talk about that experience for people?
Sure. Yeah, so I just a point of clarification. The early days of the auction, and certainly the Monday and Tuesday, the second week of our auction, there's going to be cars that are sold at $5,000 and $10,000. Now, are they, quote, collector cars? Well, that's in the mind of everybody. So Dana's Mecum has a very soft heart and saying that, we want to make sure this is available for everybody. So that the ticket prices are priced. They're not cheap, but kids 12 and under free. So that gives another advantage. But these are the cars that, in many cases, may need some little loving care, that have been around a little while. There may be some cars that need a good maintenance man or refurbishing, but there are plenty of cars that are in a very affordable price range, because what we might call them entry-level cars for collectors. Those are cars that people are going to buy and try to upgrade the next time and sell it at the next auction and buy another one. So there's a lot of project cars that are across the block. But from a spectator standpoint, there's a lot that can be done between the Dodge Thrill that I mentioned. There's a kids zone we call the Adventure Zone, which is all car-related activities, whether it's pedal cars or slap cars on a track, and other activities to get kids involved and having fun instead of being bored in an auction and watching dad and mom go, why, this is really cool. We don't have anything to do for us. Well, we've added that Adventure Zone over the last couple of years. And then the spectating of the cars themselves, a lot of people are fascinated because of the history. I think Americana, certainly in the exploration of our country going west, was all based on Route 66, which will celebrate its 100th year anniversary this year. And that was all based on the car and the explosion of the country as we know it today. But people did it in cars, and that's what brings back those memories. And so if you look at the car that your grandmother used to have, or the car that you dreamt about having in high school, they're all there at Mecum. And there's something that really is one for everyone. And so a lot of exotics, a lot of trucks. We'll have more than 100 Corvettes. We have 50 or 60 Camaros, 40 or 50 Mustangs. So there's a lot to choose from depending on your taste.
Dana Mecum's 39th original Spring Classic. It comes to us at the fairgrounds the 8th through the 16th. Get your tickets and more information at Mecum.com. David Morton, thank you for brightening our day a little bit. We appreciate hearing from you, and we look forward to seeing you when you get here.
We'll look forward to it. See you soon.
See you soon. It's 11:43, and this is the first day on 93 WIBC.
Tony Cat. Jaden Ivey was waived because of, quote, conduct detrimental to the team. I was told you can't tell these people just to shut up and dribble. And the NBA just said shut up and dribble. No. These are the rules. I'm the guy who said you don't say shut up and dribble. People are allowed to talk. But the NBA just said no. So you no longer get to tell us that you can't say shut up and dribble. Tony Katz, mornings 6 to 9 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Hey, John, why so glum? I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this. Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour Victim Helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
For many Hoosiers who are deaf, hard of hearing, deafblind, or have a speech disability, everyday phone calls can be frustrating. That's where Relay Indiana comes in. Relay Indiana is a free statewide service that helps people communicate over the phone by connecting callers through specially trained relay operators. They make sure conversations are clear, accurate, and respectful. Relay Indiana also offers relay conference captioning. Learn more at relayindiana.com. That's relayindiana.com. And stay connected.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Last chance. Buy one room of carpet, get one clean for free. Unlimited rooms. Zero Res. 317-388-5141. ZeroResIndy.com for the WIBC special.
Damon's Garden Center West has trees, shrubs, vegetables, flowers, hanging baskets, plus garden and landscape supplies and knowledgeable staff. Damon's West on Rockville Road. See Post Malone with special guest Jelly Roll and Carter Faith on June 12th. You can get your tickets now at WIBC.com.
Hi.
Hi, Terry. You know, I really just want to be outside right now. I hate
know
being
it.
in here.
Everybody does. It's a beautiful
wish.
day. And if you are outside, I want to talk to you about Rhino Shield. Now, you know that name, Rhino Shield, been around a long time. And if you see the cracks in the paint of your house, you dread that this is the year you got to repaint, climbing up the ladder, doing the work. It's hard. Call Rhino Shield. You can call them right now, and you'll never paint your house again. Rhino Shield is a ceramic coating. It's specifically formulated for our unique climate. And unlike traditional painting contractors, Rhino Shield is truly a long-term solution. You will not be unhappy about this, not one bit. That's 25 transferable year warranty with Rhino Shield. That makes sure your investment is protected for years to come. Everybody's happy with Rhino Shield. And right now you can get that guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for your home for 15% off the regular price. It's a limited offer. Call them today at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41. Residential or commercial, don't paint, don't do vinyl, go Rhino, and you'll never paint your house again.
It's a beautiful morning. I think I'll go outside for a while.
Ooh, everybody. Kielynn, can I just tell you all so much how much I appreciate my little Kielynn Talley here at WIBC. She is amazing. She works very, very hard behind the scenes. You can see her now streaming live on YouTube.
Life wouldn't be the same without you, Terry.
I know the news is hard. Thank you. I know the news has been hard today, and we'll continue to follow it. We also want to take time to say thank you to Tony Kinnett, who we talked to earlier, that was there at the White House Correspondents Dinner last night, gave us an update on the very latest, and you'll hear more coming up at the top of the hour. But and we always love your
Party
calls.
people.
Was that Hammer?
That was Hammer.
Not yet, party people. We are, but not right now because.
But we're gonna party.
Right.
With
we love your
someone
calls
else.
as well. And guess who's on the phone, everybody? Oh, I love when he calls because he also brightens our day. It's Bryan Poynter from.
Good morning,
is he there?
ladies.
Hey, good morning. We're so glad you're here. How are you?
Boy, I tell you, I always enjoy your shows on Sunday because they're so bright and fun and sunshiny. And today, you guys are hitting hardcore news.
I know. Well, we had to. It was quite been an eventful few days, and down
I really
in Bloomington.
enjoyed listening to Tony's update. Of course, I was watching it last night.
Me too.
And, the whole the whole world's gone mad. Let's just have some fun. Have you guys been outside? And have you enjoyed this week, by the way?
Kielynn, have you? Because I was able to.
And mentally, it is so good for you. So you should go outside while the world is crazy, right?
That's right.
Absolutely. A lot of vitamin D. And I'll tell you, it's good for the soul. But this week in particular, I have to brag just a little bit, but my son is now a Westfield police officer. He graduated from the Law Enforcement Academy yesterday or on Friday, and we had a little family party for him. And what do you think we had as our featured kind of stop by open house? A donut bar.
Oh wow, that sounds magical. That's awesome. And perfect. Oh my gosh,
I wish you could have seen it. It was glorious. You know who stopped by was Big Joe.
I was going to say Big Joe. I bet Big Joe stopped by. That's been etched in his calendar for a long time. A donut
Big Joe,
bar.
all I had to tell him is we were having Quack Daddy donuts.
Oh, I've not had a Quack Daddy.
They're good.
Good?
Okay.
I don't think I've had one.
I'll go down a rabbit hole on this because I could not believe how many donut places there are within 2 miles of my house in Westfield. So I had to get some from all of them because they all had something different. And Joe has loved Quack Daddy for some reason. And oh my gosh, he walked in and I think he put a box of 6 down before he even stopped walking.
Oh, that's easy. I mean, that was easy.
Here's a way to walk off those donuts. It is turkey season in the state of Indiana, and a lot.
Does this mean, is this when we go out and we feed the turkeys?
Yep. Oh, thank you so much. See, now we don't have to remind everybody what they sound like.
You mean you hunt them? Are we hunting them?
We do. Spring is when you hunt the turkeys, and it's funny that you gobble because the beautiful thing about being in the woods in spring, not just because you're watching the flowers and the critters come alive, but in spring turkey season, you're reversing what happens in nature. Usually the big tom turkey gets all fanned up and he's out gobbling and strutting around for the hen, the female, to come to him. But in the woods, you're actually the hen getting the turkey to come and talk to you. And when you have turkey talk going back and forth, it is fast. I'm serious. It is. It's fantastic. Anyway, so a lot of folks are out there, and you know what also comes with that, Terry, and I know we've talked about this a lot.
No, what is it?
Morel mushrooms.
Oh, listen,
yeah.
Awesome. They came early. Are they still there?
Well, you know what's funny, and I've been a morel maniac my entire life. I went out as a little kid with my dad, and I was like, this is really cool. But I'm telling you, if you want to talk about old wives' tales, superstitions, little things about.
I do want to talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me just tell you this. I've heard everything from tax day, so around April 15th to May 15th. So tax day to mid-May, I've heard, when the ground temperature gets to 50 to 55 degrees at 4 inches deep. I've heard other people say that the big indicator for the big yellow and gray mushrooms is when you cut the grass twice. I mean, you can just go down.
Oh, wow. I have not heard that one.
Mushrooms. I swear by all these little wives' tales. I love it when people say it's the first anthill, like when you see an anthill in your yard, or the dandelions. Morels are going to be there within a couple of days. It just goes on and on.
I love
it is truly a magical time because they are so great. They're easy, but they are so complicated. So when people say, "Oh, where'd you find your morels?" and they say, "I don't know, my GPS went out. I guess I can't remember." That's only because they are so prized and so special. But it's a lot of fun. Have you ever done it?
Oh my gosh, we do that instead of Easter egg hunt. We go out and hunt mushrooms. Morgan County was just full of them. Maybe around Easter, and guess you know how much they are? They're about $50 a pound is what somebody will pay you for them. It's amazing.
I'm one of those dorks that goes to the festivals, the Morel Mushroom Festival, where they have auctions, and they'll go for more than that. It's insane.
It is just it is a magical, very special thing, the morel mushroom, and I've never heard so much talk about it. A few weeks ago, we talked to the Great Morel. We don't even really know his real name. His name is the Great Morel, and Tom Nauman was called the Morel Maniac. God rest his soul.
Yes, Tom was a longtime guest for 24 years on Indiana Outdoors, and the irony of ironies is when he passed, he was supposed to be on my show, that weekend, and I didn't get the call from him as usual, and his daughter confirmed that he had passed. But what a great loss. And, his memory, so many great evangelists of his out there doing the great stuff. It's truly one of the great times of the year. I know you like to fish. Have you been following what's going on up in Lake Michigan?
No. Are they finding mermaids? Because that's that's a big haul.
That in my conversation, I didn't have that in my lexicon today.
Well, what's going on?
This is the best time, and we're getting about to the point where the water starts to change. But if you like coho, salmon, they're not all the way out in the middle. The beautiful thing about Mother Nature is the wind pushes all the feed fish down towards Indiana and the southern Great Lake, so you don't have to go out too far. So people for the last several years, the water's been great and the fishing has been awesome. They're like jumping in the coolers up there. So it'll turn eventually where the water will get clear and the water temperatures change, and they'll move, and you have to go and chase them out into the middle a little later this summer. But it is a great time to get out and go up there, hire a charter boat captain, and spend an afternoon and put some salmon in the cooler.
How much would it cost us to hire a captain?
Well, that's a great question. You could have me, and I'll take you for free, but I don't have a boat.
well, okay. That seems fair and reasonable.
and it's interesting. I make light of that, because the beautiful thing is you can catch these at this time of the year, and we're getting about to where it's maybe changing, where you can catch them off the pier or off the shore.
Oh, there you go. That's what we need. We can do that.
A few hundred bucks, a half a day tour turns into, they make a TV show, a 3-hour tour turns into Gilligan's Island.
Hey, Bryan Poynter,
I
know we were short today, and I know there's more time to spend with you. And if you want to listen, we'll come back and see us. We're crazy about you, and have a great rest of your day. This is Bryan Poynter, host of Indiana Outdoors.
Happy spring, everybody.
Heard on radio stations across the state, including 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan, every Saturday from 6 to 7 a.m. And we've got news coming up for you next on 93 WIBC.
Party people, it's Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel Show. And you've heard me talking about my success at Premier Weight Loss Indy. I was Fatty McButterpants, right? I can admit it. I was well on my way to 300 pounds. I lost a little weight on my own, but then I hit a plateau and I gained a little back. I couldn't lose anymore. So I reached out for help, and I've been with Premier Weight Loss Indy since November. Since I partnered with them, I'm down nearly 30 pounds. My energy level is up. My muscle mass is up. All the numbers are trending in the right direction. Reaching out to Premier Weight Loss Indy was the best decision that I made. And if they can help a guy like me, I promise you, they can do wonders with you. So do not wait. Go to pwlindy.com. You are going to love the way you feel. They have 2 different locations. pwlindy.com. Tell them Hammer sent you.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TAXI for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TAXI for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TAXI.
For 45 years, Dish has been connecting America with the best in family TV entertainment and advanced technology at an unbeatable value. And that commitment continues with our new 45th anniversary special offer. Get the lowest price in satellite TV starting as low as $89.99 a month. In a world of rising costs and hidden fees, Dish stays transparent, reliable, and honest, just like our founders intended. Learn more by calling 888-ADD-DISH or visit dish.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Join us every Friday right around 5:50 for Beer Sample Friday.
Brought to you by Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, home of free delivery within 75 miles of their store.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
From the Duke & Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, this is 93 WIBC HD1 Indianapolis.
Plenty of reaction. I'm Paul Stevens from Fox News. Officials from both parties are condemning the shooting at the White House Correspondents Association dinner last night. Hakeem Jeffries, Democratic House leader, on Fox News Sunday.
Here in America, we can have strong disagreements, but it's important for us to agree to strongly disagree without being disagreeable with each other. And it is certainly the case that violence is never the answer.
Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche on Fox News Sunday on what he knows about the motive of the suspect.
It appears he was targeting members of the administration, but I say that generally because that's all we know right now. We don't have any specifics beyond that.
Fox's Peter Ducey at the White House talking about the broader context of recent shootings.
You look at July 13th, 2024, the Butler assassination attempt on President Trump. A couple months later, September 15th, 24, there was a second assassination attempt on the president. April 13th of last year, there was arson at Governor Josh Shapiro's home. June 14th of last year, the Minnesota House Speaker and her husband were fatally shot. Then, of course, Minnesota Senator John Hoffman and his wife were shot that same night. September 10th of last year, Charlie Kirk was fatally shot, and then a gunman tried to shoot his way into the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
The suspect ID'd is 31-year-old Cole Allen, a teacher from Torrance, California. U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Janine Shapiro, announcing Allen has been charged with 2 counts of using a firearm during a crime of violence and assault on a federal officer using a dangerous weapon. The event is supposed to be rescheduled within 30 days. Buckingham Palace reviewing security details after last night's shooting. Britain's King Charles and Queen Camilla are expected to arrive in the U.S. tomorrow for an official 4-day state visit. America's listening to Fox News.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com. Connect to Fox News Audio on the Fox News app. Listen to hear your favorite hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Jimmy Fallon, and Guy Benson standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen, then swipe right and hear the latest news updates on your time. And scroll down to hear the latest podcasts from Fox News. And it's even easier to listen in the car with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get programming alerts and notifications. Fox News Audio is on the Fox News app. The voices America trusts. Download it now.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
April showers brings May flowers. The sun is out and shining, and it's 58 degrees in the Circle City. I'm Renuka Bajpai. Here's what's trending at 12:03. A stretch of mild and increasingly active weather is heading to central Indiana. Monday brings a noticeable change as warmth builds and wind increases. I spoke to meteorologist Jason Puma, and he had to say that winds and storms are going to be coming our way.
Showers and thunderstorms as they push through the area would be strong, damaging winds, and we cannot rule out an isolated tornado, but the main threat at this point would be the damaging straight-line winds as they push through really on Monday night.
By Tuesday, storm activity is expected to linger into the morning hours before gradually tapering off. Renuka Bajpai, 93 WIBC Mobile News. A shooting in downtown Bloomington left multiple people injured along the busy Kirkwood Avenue area near Indiana University. Police say at least 9 individuals were hurt when gunfire broke out, prompting a large emergency response and ongoing investigation. Authorities have not yet released details about suspects or a motive, but are urging anyone with information to come forward. Authorities say the victim's conditions vary and the incident has raised concerns about safety in the popular downtown district. The Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra is offering a new initiative allowing children ages 6 to 8 to attend select classical concerts for free while accompanied by a paying adult. WIBC News Time, 12:04. Here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
As we move into our Sunday, we're going to be mostly sunny with light breeze out of the east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. High temperature reaches about 75 in the afternoon. A very good day coming our way. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Bruno Sudas for 93 WIBC.
I'm Renuka Bajpai on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to hour number 2 of the first day on 93 WIBC. I'm Terri Stacy, along with Kielynn Talley.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
And thank you to Tony Kinnett, who joined us in the last hour to talk about what happened over the weekend. In fact, just last night in Washington, D.C. He was there at the dinner. He jumped on a plane right before our conversation, and off he said, I'm ready to come home. So you'll hear more from Tony Kinnett, I'm sure, throughout the week, but definitely beginning tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Tomorrow
Yep.
He's got a show.
Tomorrow, 7 to 8, along with throughout the week as they keep getting updates. But then we can also check in with him after this dinner is rescheduled. And,
that's
and
right.
see how that goes,
Yeah,
too.
he said he would probably go. All right, so it is April 26th. It's almost May. I know you're all dreaming about it. But first of all, we got to get through another couple of weeks, right? No, not really. Next week, 500 Festival Mini Marathon.
It's
just
time.
days away. I know it. And looking ahead to the weather next Saturday for those of you that are participating or volunteering. Right now, anyway, it looks like 59 degrees for the high and partly sunny. We've got several amazing farmers markets that will be opening soon that same weekend. Greenwood Farmers Market opened yesterday, but Carmel, Fishers, Garfield Park, Noblesville, Pendleton Farmers Markets, and of course, Broad Ripple continues. They'll open May 2nd, ready for May. We are there, as we mentioned in the last hour, there's still some really great events and things that are happening. Again, our thoughts are with everybody down in Bloomington right now after that story of the mass casualties or the mass injuries, I should say. Is that what we would call that, Kielynn?
Yeah, just injuries.
Just injuries.
Yeah.
But 9 and several went to the hospital even as early this morning as 3 a.m. So a very frightening situation there in Bloomington, just about a block away from IU campus. We'll keep an eye on that for more. From the latest I heard, no one has been apprehended yet.
Mm-hmm.
They have not found who did that yet, but they will. I know they will, and continue following the events that happened last night. So anyway, thank you all so much for being here. And those events we're talking about, there's a really cool one coming up, and it involves our friends from the Benjamin Harrison home, or Benjamin Harrison presidential site officially. Charlie Hyde had a chance to talk to us earlier about what they're expecting with Off the Record, the press, and the presidency.
This is a power brunch, so it is in the morning. It's from 9 to 11, and as you said, at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And it's exciting in this America 250 year, the semi-quincentennial, to be able to have such a timely topic, as you said. So we'll have a great panel. It's going to be moderated by Morgan Snyder, who's Vice President of Communications and Community Relations for Visit Indy. And then the panelists will include Jeff Eller, who was a deputy assistant to the president in the Clinton administration, Ari Fleischer, who you may remember then from George W. Bush's administration.
Sure.
And Maureen Grappi, who currently is a Supreme Court reporter, but also is a former White House correspondent. So they'll be able to bring tremendous personal perspective to this larger question of how the press and the presidency interact over time.
May 6th, the press and the presidency. It's at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, 9 in the morning to 11, just a couple of hours early in the morning. And it's going to be just another, I think, sellout for you all. And so people need to get their tickets right away. How do we do that, Charlie?
Yep, you can go right to our website at presidentbenjaminharrison.org. You'll be able to get your tickets. Just look for events and the press and the presidency under Off the Record. So you can still get your tickets, but as you say, it is very popular, and it looks like we'll have a record-breaking crowd for it.
Oh, I love it. That's why you do it at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. It demands a crowd. Anything else you want listeners to know before we say goodbye?
I would just say, with it being an America 250 year, we've got a lot of programs and events going on throughout the year. So even if you're not able to make it to Off the Record, be sure to stop in and see our new presidential signature exhibit with original signatures from all 45 presidents across 47 administrations. You can check out the new exhibit there at the founding, looking at the Harrison family, with Benjamin Harrison's great-grandfather being a signer of the Declaration of Independence. There's just a lot of great history that we're able to share in this, moment of, national acknowledgement and celebration.
And we can't wait to see what you all are doing on Independence Day. And I know as we get closer, we'll continue that conversation. But until then, everybody, get your tickets right now for Off the Record, the Press and the Presidency, May 6th, Gainbridge Fieldhouse, 9 to 11. It's provided to us from our friends at the Benjamin Harrison Presidential Site. Charlie Hyde, thank you so much. We'll see you there.
Yeah, thank you, Terry.
It is 12:11. It is just round the corner from May. We're going to talk to our friends from Indianapolis Monthly, where all things are month of May in the new May edition, which comes out this week. It's the first day, 93 WIBC.
40 years ago, Bobby Rahal made Indianapolis Motor Speedway history.
The final roar of the racing engine, and Bobby Rahal has won his first Indianapolis 500.
This May, WIBC's Tales from the Track, presented by Relay Indiana, takes you inside Graham Rahal Performance for an evening with a champion.
Rahal right down the middle of the back straightaway. Rahal now with about a 7-car length advantage.
Monday, May 18th, Tales from the Track, presented by Relay Indiana. Tickets at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel here for Window Nation. Spring has arrived, and it'll be a great time to open your windows. And wait, your windows won't open easily? Is that what you're telling me? They leak when it rains? They have cracked glass, or they need repainting again? Getting top-quality custom-fit windows from Window Nation is easy and affordable. Right now, during the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off all your windows.
Yeah,
Plus,
thanks,
you could get them with 0 interest for 5 years.
With Window Nation, you'll get windows that easily slide open and close. They're made with top quality seals, so they won't leak when it's rainy or windy. And unlike other windows, they're maintenance free. So that's good. Window Nation stands behind them with a lifetime warranty. And they're rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. Don't wait. Put an end to your window problems and save big with Window Nation's The More You Buy, The More You Save sale going on right now. The sale ends soon. Visit windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Greetings from R&R Agency, your Indiana health insurance pros, and a sincere thank you to our loyal customers for helping us to another record year. We recently saved a 62-year-old retiring couple over $800 monthly when compared to their COBRA offerings. We recently saved a family of 4 over $400 monthly when compared to their $7,500 deductible program on the ACA, and that's still Obamacare. We recently saved a small 4-man manufacturing company over $1,000 monthly and gave them better coverage. We feature coverages guaranteed to age 65, low out-of-pocket expenses, the largest networks in the country, and you can sign up anytime. If you are retiring early, self-employed, or need coverage for your small group, call us at 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. If you don't call us, we can't help you. What do you got to lose? Call us 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. As always, God bless America, Common sense government and peace too strict.
Spring is fast approaching and a great time for a new Lincoln at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. 0% financing is back. That's right, 0% for 48 months on new Corsair, Nautilus, and Aviator. Plus 0% for 36 months on new Navigator. With these rates, it's absolutely the best time to buy. Be sure to check them all out at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Our family serving yours since 1972.
0% APR for 48 months on 2026 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, and Aviator. 0% APR for 36 months on 2025 Lincoln Navigator. Subject to credit approval. Offers end soon. See dealer for complete offer detail.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house. It's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications the top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Turn your yard into a place you love with the help of Sundown Gardens in Westfield and Miss M's Home and Garden in Bargersville. With new plants, trees, and shrubs coming in daily, you'll find everything you need to create your dream outdoor living space. They're stocked with bedding plants, hanging baskets, and combo planters, lush tropicals, container trees and shrubs, and more. Sundown Gardens in Westfield, 186th Street and Spring Mill Road, and Miss M's on State Road 135, just south of Whiteland Road in Bargersville.
This hour is powered by Damon's Garden Center West on Rockville Road.
When I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash, then I long for my Indiana home, back home again.
Oh, I'll never, ever tire of that song. I ever by this group.
Yeah, especially, Straight No Chaser.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love May!
And it's not even time yet. You guys are going to hear this so often.
And again, we're following the news, and we talked a lot about it in the last hour, but this hour, we're just kind of having some fun before your week gets really going. Although it feels like the week is now every day of the week. Used to be weekends you'd have off, and it'd be kind of calming, but for many, it's been a rough weekend again. Be sure to be careful, too, tomorrow. We're understanding that maybe we get some of that severe weather coming through. Once again, and that would be about 10, 11 o'clock at night, we heard in the news with Renuka. Joining us now, I'm Terri Stacy, that's Kielynn Talley, and we're glad you're here watching us on YouTube as well. Who are these people sitting next to me? They're going to be frequent guests, that's for sure. Joining us in studio, you see Kelly Young in the dark here. I'll point with my... There we go. That's Kelly Young.
Her ruler. I'm like, what is she doing with
my
that
big
ruler?
yardstick. This one is from Jimmy Carter. This is a real, authentic Jimmy
Plains,
Carter.
Georgia.
Yeah, real
You can
one.
almost hit my knuckles with that.
Can I? Let me see. Oh, it does reach. It's such a good one.
You can call her Miss Terry Teacher now.
Kelly Young is, what will we call you? You're everywhere. You know so many people. You bring great guests to us and to others. She's got an amazing, tell them about the podcast.
Oh my gosh, I love that you brought me on here when I'm here to support Indianapolis Monthly. But I have a podcast. I know, and again, the ruler scares me because she can reach me. But I have a podcast called Badassery Life. So love to celebrate badass women. Am I allowed to say that?
Her shirt even says it.
It says it.
I know. I wasn't prepared to be on, but hi.
Really cool, strong women in our community, and you can hear it where?
Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast.
Tina Bina McIntosh from Joy's House, who you all heard earlier in the 10 o'clock hour with Caregiver Crossing. She's a part of that podcast as well, and she's tough.
So fun. So fun to
Love her a lot.
that. Yes, absolutely.
She brings to us our friends from Indianapolis Monthly. Here is the May edition. If you're watching us on YouTube, and if you are, thank you. It is beautiful. And joining us now is Andrea Ratcliff. She's the editor-in-chief. I had to look down to my paper, make sure I called you by the right thing. Editor-in-chief at Indianapolis Monthly. Alex Pillow on the cover. Could not find a better one, huh? This is it?
Yeah.
It's good.
He is the reigning champion of the Indianapolis 500. He was the leader of the IndyCar series. I mean, his career is just on fire. And I think he has a pretty good shot at winning back-to-back races.
Oh, I do too. Is he at the heart of is this story at the heart of this edition, the May edition?
Yes. Yep. This is our cover feature. So, we talk about his rise in the series, but also how he's connected with the Indianapolis community. He is originally from Spain, but he moved here. He lives in Zionsville. He's planted roots. He supports our local teams, the Colts, the Pacers. He's very much invested in life in Indianapolis.
We've embraced him. We love him, and he is becoming a Hoosier in our hearts for sure. Kelly, any questions? Kielynn, either of you jump in, please feel free.
I just love looking at the cover of Indianapolis Monthly, and not just because he's on it, but that's not a bad thing. You guys always do such a great job with the cover stories and then bringing it really into the theme. And this issue really was May. So talk about some of the other things that were in the issue that really excited you about the month of May, because it's so fun.
Well, this year is also the 50th running of the mini marathon. So we've got a spread about the mini, kind of tracing back the history.
It's next Saturday, guys. Next Saturday.
Crazy. Month of May kicks off next weekend. So we've got a little bit about the history, some of the course changes. We have an interview with Mike Vollmer, who has participated in every single mini marathon since 1977, since it started.
I love those stories.
Aren't they great?
I love the stories of the runners and those that have been a part of the volunteers some of the volunteers for the 500 Festival Mini Marathon have been doing it for decades. Truly. It's a part of their life and it's part of their year. They look forward to it just as if you were running and walking.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I loved the page that you guys talked about, the book club, right? So in the issue, that's page 22.
Oh, thank you, everyone.
But I love that. And I guess what inspired that?
Well, we found out about a couple of books that were coming out by authors who have Indiana ties. One lives here, one is from Indiana, but they were connected to the race. And we found a couple of others. So we've got a mix of fiction and nonfiction books. There's this adorable children's book by Joseph Newgarden's wife.
Oh, yes, there is a good one. What's it called?
Good Night Racetrack. And then, another retrospective about the 99 season from John Orjovich. So
Really
it's
good
kind of a
ones.
good, it's kind of a good mix of fiction and nonfiction. And we've got the kids involved there too. And just some really great covers.
Mm-hmm.
Please, Kielynn.
Indianapolis Monthly does such a wonderful job covering everything, not just the timely and topical stuff, but I love going to you for new openings and unfortunately the closings. But for this year, you've got some new openings that also have kind of an Indy 500 tie to it, with some new art museums coming to town.
Right. The Contemporary Art Museum of Indianapolis is kicking off next weekend too. That's
it's called the Contemporary
Art Museum of Indianapolis.
Where is
so
that?
CAMI for short.
CAMI.
It's at the Big Car campus near Garfield Park.
Oh,
so
wow.
It was formerly the Tube Factory.
Right.
Oh, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Formerly the Tube Factory. And what is going in there? A museum.
Well, Tube Factory is changing its name to Tube Gallery, but adding this Contemporary Art Museum of Indianapolis. So, that whole campus just keeps expanding, and it's really turning into a cultural hotspot.
I don't remember ever talking about a new museum. That's
Right.
kind of cool. And it's permanent. This is a permanent,
Yes.
not just a pop-up thing.
Not
This is
just a
permanent.
pop-up, it's permanent.
Okay, what else?
So, there's just a lot of creativity happening there.
Okay.
And Andrea, you guys covered too. It's 3 days of festivals when they open. So part of First Friday, so Friday, May 1st.
Beautiful.
And then, free public programming, events, activities. And I think that was great in this issue. You guys highlighted that. And
Yeah, it's
gonna be
great
cool.
to know.
Yeah,
Love new
very
museum.
cool.
Kielynn, anything?
I just, to add on to the First Friday mention, because if people want to go see art galleries, First Fridays are a good one. If people don't know, that's typically a good day to get free into art galleries, art museums, that type of stuff. Yeah, go on.
Can we talk about food? Or is there more museum talk?
I love
We
food.
absolutely can talk about food.
Let's talk about the food. Andrea brought us some food today.
Yeah.
Big
so
shock, big excitement. She brought us.
I brought empanadas and churros from Che Chori. So we've got them on our First Bite page.
Coming over.
They are
Come on.
working on expanding their restaurant that's just on 16th Street, right by the Speedway.
Dig in there.
They've got some selections like a special s'more empanada.
And it's
guava.
branded, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's not something you did on the car on the way down.
No. They did that.
It's branded with the different types of what that empanada is. It's got s'more, buffalo chicken, those types of things written on it.
I think you should just dig on in there. Just cut them up.
Okay.
Or eat the whole thing.
I'm going to. Other food news that you'd like to talk about, really, before I got my mouth watering?
We have a dining review, a restaurant review of Apiccio in Zionsville.
Is it Apiccio? Like
Apiccio.
peach pie? Peaches, a peach food?
Well, it's pronounced that way, but not spelled that way.
Oh.
So it's,
No peaches.
like house-made pasta, Italian food, just really gorgeous.
We have some great Italian restaurants here. Or maybe I just don't know real Italian food. But I love our Italian food restaurants here.
Can I ask a question about matcha? Because you guys in this issue talk about how it's trending.
It is a huge trend. It's in everything. That and Dubai chocolate.
Educate me. Somewhat.
Well, I mean, it's very popular now. Like in our taste test page, we have 3 takes on matcha. So we have, a standard drink, which I don't know that it's so standard. I mean, it's this gorgeous, like blue and green. It's beautiful. We also have a matcha tres leches cake.
Ooh.
So, and a berry chantilly. So, like, matcha flavors are being infused in other dishes.
And what is matcha?
It's
poison.
What is it?
Maybe
It's
that's why
tea.
I didn't like
It's
it when
tea.
I tried it
But
with
this
you.
looks fabulous. Did you guys
It
see this?
does.
Isn't
It's
that
green,
so
very
pretty?
green and beautiful.
Powdered Japanese green tea.
The picture that she pulled up, Recess, that's a new opening as well as of just a couple months ago, I think. And so that's a really good one to go and experience. It's a cute little shop.
Okay.
Adorable.
And just like right around the corner. It's just a few blocks from here.
I will say matcha is a little bitter, but I love when they're adding in some of the other things like your lavender and some honey and all those things. So try a little fusion.
And putting it in a tres leches cake.
Yes.
Well, it's
Sounds
a trend.
amazing.
It says. You guys, talking about it because it was not only there, but Lucky Mays and Reese's and Joodles. Did I say that right? Anyone?
I don't know if you said it right, but whatever these are, these empanadas.
We've lost
heaven
Terri.
on earth.
You said those are from Che Chori?
Che Chori.
They're in the news right now too, right?
Yeah. So they are expanding their restaurant on 16th Street and using shipping containers to do that.
I love when people use shipping containers for things. There's a guy down here around the northeast side. He grows things for the food deserts in our city. He grows them in food containers.
Oh, wow.
Right here
That's
downtown
so
area,
innovative.
not far.
What are your takes on shipping container houses?
Ooh,
that you
and
see?
pools?
Yeah.
I stayed in
I
one
like 'em.
down near, I think it was Red River Gorge, and it was one of the containers. They built it as a cabin, but it was 2. It was really cool and creative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't
I'll
mind
just have
them.
to
I
try
don't
it
know
out
for
myself.
long term stay.
anyways.
Yeah. Hey, Terri, watch this. I'm going to watch how I lead this one up. Again, you just kind of threw me on a mic and I'm loving it. Now I'm like,
see,
let's do this every time. But while Terri is indulging in those empanadas, Indianapolis Monthly, Andrea, tell us about Indulge.
Right. Our Indulge.
you are
dining
I mean,
event.
was that good?
Wow.
She just set that
Served
right up
it.
for me.
So happy for you because that was good. You're a natural.
Hey, thanks.
I'll take you every Sunday.
I'll be here.
Okay.
All right, so our Indulge dining event is in 10 days. It's May 6th at Tinker House, also on 16th Street. It's a 5-course dinner, race-themed, so there will be lots of gifts and surprises for our guests, but 5-course dinner, kind of showcasing the tastes of spring. Each course will have a wine pairing.
Hello.
Hello.
You had me at wine.
What about an empanada? Will I get any empanadas?
There aren't empanadas.
That's a shame because now I can't come.
But it's 5
It's a whole new
courses.
world for me.
Yeah.
The empanada.
We've lost her. Kylie, we've lost her.
I did.
She's off track. She's
Ethan, you should
running.
come in. Ethan Hatcher is here on the building. You should try an empanada.
He'll be doing some show and tell later.
You only get one bite only. Anyway.
You mentioned wine, and I always think of My mom and I, we go wine tasting all the time. And so I can't help but think of my wine present that I give to my mom for Mother's Day. Do you guys have anything for Mother's Day in this month of May issue?
In this issue, we have some tips from a writing coach about how to write great letters. So, if you want to send a nice, heartfelt message to your mom,
good.
She gives some quick.
We don't write handwritten things anymore. That's
tips.
a great way to get back to the basics.
And we have a roundup of some products too, like sparkle ink and these pretty pens and some pretty cards. So, if you're thinking your mom might like to hear from you this Mother's Day,
and she would
write her a card and put it in the mail. I mean, it's kind of a lost art.
How excited are you get when you get a letter in the mail? Isn't that just great? Like, I love the little tips in the.
Anything else you want anybody to know? Because we're going to have to run.
When we run, do we take the empanadas with us?
No.
One bonus aspect of this issue is we've got a whole section on America 250 events.
Oh, fantastic.
Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky. So, there's just a whole roundup of different festivals and fairs, ice cream socials, things like that. So if you're traveling in the Midwest, if you're just staying close to home, there is really something for everybody in that roundup.
Where can they get the magazine? Everywhere?
It'll be on newsstands, and they can go to our website, indianapolismonthly.com, and follow us on social to get information about the magazine and the Indulge event coming up.
IndianapolisMonthly.com. Again, for more information. Andrea, thank you for coming in. We always appreciate you very, very much. Kelly, come back. Love it.
I will.
We're going to get you some news now. Coming up next right here on 93 WIBC.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee.
Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most.
That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included.
Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connected to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
You're great at protecting your data, but lots of places could still expose you to identity theft.
I thought it was safe.
If that happens, LifeLock gives you a U.S.-based restoration agent who will stick by your side from start to finish. Phone calls, filing documentation, preparing insurance claims, your agent handles it all. In fact, we're so confident restoration is guaranteed or your money back. Isn't it nice to have someone like that on your side? Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
We asked parents to share their journey of adopting teens.
They changed who I am because I can't see life without them in it.
Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Hello, everyone. It's Terri Stacy for our friends at Premier Deck Coating. You love that deck, don't you? I mean, you might have been out there earlier today. You spend a lot of time on the deck, and it takes a lot of maintenance, too, as it gets older, like our old deck. Finally, we found Premier Deck Coating, and it has changed everything. It is absolutely the best when it comes to protecting that deck and keeping it looking great for years to come. Premier Deck Coating helps repel moisture. It adds scratch resistance, and honestly, it just makes everything look so fantastic. Best part, comes in all different colors, virtually any color you can imagine, and it's got a 10-year warranty. 10 years! No more staining or painting every couple of years, and the money you're going to save there. They'll do decks, fences, pergolas. If you're ready to do this for your outdoor space, get a free quote today at 317-696-4071. Better yet, check them out online at premierdeckcoating.com.
News, I'm Gianna Gelosi. U.S. officials are set to arrive in Pakistan for a new round of peace talks led by Vice President J.D. Vance, but Iran is reportedly refusing to come to the table.
I spoke with President Trump over the weekend, who told me if the deal isn't done, the deal that we made, then I'm going to take out their bridges and their power plants. He went on to say, if they don't sign this thing, the whole country is going to get blown up.
Now, that's Fox's Trey Yingst. Talks come as Tehran vows retaliation after a U.S. seized one of their ships in the Strait of Hormuz, blowing a hole in the engine room. In Shreveport, Louisiana, a man shot and killed 8 children, 7 of his own, and badly wounded their mother. State Senator Sam Jenkins told Fox 33.
I'm very concerned that we are not maybe keeping a closer track on people who have had some history of domestic violence.
The gunman fled and was shot and killed by police.
Led Zeppelin, A Whole Lot of Love. This was played live for the first time today in music history back in 1969. Some little history leading into your first day with Terri Stacy.
Hello, Kai Kai.
Hello.
We'll continue to keep you updated as far as the latest that's happening news-wise, both locally, the story in Bloomington, and also from last night at the White House Correspondents Dinner. Earlier, we talked to Tony Kinnett, who was on his way back from the dinner, grateful for his time. He should be in the air right now, and he couldn't wait to get home. Terry and Kielynn, and joining us is Ethan Hatcher from Saturday Night on the Circle.
Hello, lovely ladies. Good to see you again.
Always fun having you.
Love having you here. We're getting set for our first day show and tell with Ethan Hatcher. Your thoughts on the events that happened last night?
Wow, that was completely unexpected, very dramatic. Law enforcement acted professionally, and you got to be a lunatic if you thought that you could penetrate the most tightly guarded, secure city probably on Earth of anywhere.
That's what I thought too. I mean, I really did, and I watched it. I wanted to see it. I watched it on C-SPAN streaming, and I thought, well, you know, this with nearly the whole cabinet, President Trump's whole cabinet there.
Yeah.
That had to be the most secure place. This guy got pretty close, it sounds like. The security checkpoint was not far from the doors. Is that right? To the ballroom.
The way based on the camera angles that I saw, but I don't think he actually made it into the ballroom.
Didn't
he was
make it into the
by
ballroom.
Law enforcement officers.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Did that happen? You weren't on the air. What happened?
It was right at the end of the show, and I'd already left. I had the last 2 segments pre-recorded, so I was out the door at 8:30 and going to the grocery store, and then I get a text message from Tony Kinnett, who's like, hey, throw me on the air right now, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not in the studio.
It's a terrible feeling when that happens, and it happens to all of us.
Well, on a Saturday evening, though, like usually Saturday is not the breaking news, but yeah, missed my opportunity there.
Well, I know that this will be part of the conversation. I mean, we got another big week ahead of things that are happening. What's the next biggest story you're thinking about?
Biggest story
that will happen coming up this week, besides obviously what happened in Bloomington last night. But looking forward, is there anything that you're going to be watching for in particular this week, and you'll probably end up talking about it on Saturday Night on the Circle?
Why, yes, I would be looking for something this Wednesday when Jerry Lopez and myself will be filling in on the morning show from 9 to noon. Yes, we'll be filling in. So that is the news item to look forward to this week. How about that?
He does a great job. They both do a great job, and again, that'll be on Wednesday. So let's do it. From time to time, we check in with Ethan because he goes out and he finds really cool vintage historical pieces, antiques in some instance. I know there's a line there between is it an antique, is it? But beautiful pieces that you just love. Mm-hmm. No real themed collection.
Phonographs and musical antiques are the dominant aspect of my collection, but really I collect a little bit of everything. If something calls to me and it's within my price range, then a lot of times it'll come home.
What did you bring today?
This is a very special item. And I told you guys the last time I was doing Antique Show and Tell that I was excited because I was going to the Heartland Antique Show in Springfield, Ohio, and it did not disappoint. So many times I end up going to these shows and I'm bummed out because Antique Show is a bit of a stretch. It's more like a flea market and junk show, vintage show at best. And, I'm not looking for other people's used board games. I don't want your used Scrabble that's missing a few tiles. You know what I mean? I'm looking for legitimate antiques. And this antique show did not disappoint. They had a really good selection of primitive American furniture and a lot of early 19th century, 18th century antiques. One collection in particular really stood out to me. And he had, Terry, some of this stuff belonged in a museum. He had a 17th century, so 1600s wall sconce lighting.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. With the polished reflective panels. Beautiful. I think it was Spanish in origin. Wonderful, wonderful piece. And then he
Did you think about that one, maybe buying it?
If I had $3,500.
I wondered how much that little piece went for. You found something I think cooler, though, even cooler.
Yeah. This is a very special piece. I'm not disappointed with my purchase at all. If you're following along on the YouTube stream, I will hold it up for the camera so that way Kielynn. Uh-oh.
I have it zoomed in on the as it's on the seat.
As it's on
the
seat.
Yeah, that way you can just open it up, do whatever you need with it.
Okay, well then
Can you see it okay?
Yeah.
I defeated my own purpose because I moved the box out of Kylynn's view.
I was trying to make it work for you. You're okay.
Thank you, Kielynn.
That way you can just share all about it and not even have to worry.
Okay. So what makes this special is it is an early American tea caddy, but it predates the Boston Tea Party. So after 1773, not a lot of Americans are drinking tea. So therefore, a lot of your antique tea caddies come from England, come from across the pond. Very seldom are they American in origin, and this one was made for a wealthy family at the time. Can you see that, Terry? It's got three...
So cool.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
It's got dividers in there so you can have 3 different kinds of tea in the tea caddy. It's very ornately decorated. It is a red oak primary wood that is covered in a luscious mahogany veneer.
The mahogany's decorated. It's just beautiful.
There are little wood inlay designs with doves and wings and flowers on the box, and it's a Bombay style, meaning that it's curvy on all sides. It's got a ivory keyhole.
It's beautiful.
Ivory would have been, of course, a very luxurious, very rare, expensive material to use. And then silver ball feet. I'll tip it up right here on the bottom. Pure silver. And so this piece was made for a very wealthy, moneyed family of the time. It's comes from the Boston area in the 1720s, and I just love this piece.
1720s, in the 1720s. It's so cool.
So this
honestly.
is a 300-year-old antique that's sitting right in front of you, and it's still so beautiful.
I always wondered, and I talked to Ethan about this a while back. I said, it would be so cool to have, because I always wanted to know the story of how the family. I'd like to know the family who owned it, and if we had like a a psychic come in and she could or he could touch the box and say, this belonged to somebody that had a potato farm back in 17.
Oh, you don't really believe in that hokum, do you, Terry?
They're
a bunch of charlatans.
I like watching it. I like watching it and hearing about it.
Sure, okay. For entertainment purposes, in the same kind of edification that you might get from watching a Hollywood fiction or reading a book, sure, that can be entertaining, but I don't expect them to give us any, real information.
No, but it'd be
let's
fun.
bring in an appraiser. I think they'd be more insightful.
That's what he said.
Having Uncle Iro talk through the box would be great. I don't even think he'd get that.
I know.
LD in the YouTube chat, he said, glad it did not get tossed in the arbor during the Tea Party.
Right. That's what I was thinking too. I went
true.
right to the Boston Tea Party. It smells like tea. It still has a great smell of history and tea. It's a very cool item, and I'm glad you purchased it.
And linseed oil, because I gave it a polish after I bought it.
Oh, is that maybe a little linseed oil too?
Yep, just a little bit.
I think it's gorgeous. I absolutely love it.
It's a phenomenal piece. It's been taken care of in such good condition for a 300-year-old item, and I'm just thrilled to have it as part of the Hatcher collection.
Me too. As you continue to watch us on our YouTube, is there any way that anybody can ever show us their stuff when we're doing this, Kielynn?
Oh,
there's no way to do it, though, is there?
They could tag us on Facebook or Instagram,
You'd
sharing it on
have
their
to pre-submit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they could email in selections and then we cover it on, the next show.
Yeah, and I could clip the pictures and share on the live stream everybody else's antiques or vintage items.
I think that would be or just items that, like show and tell.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, no body parts. Okay.
Well, no.
We don't want to see that.
This isn't the serial killer convention.
No, but when I said show and tell, I got the squid right to like somebody taking a picture of their
show and tell that we had.
Flesh.
So we don't want anybody getting ideas.
No, but I do love
What happened to Terri Stacy?
Stuff.
When did Jason Hammer teleport in your seat?
Talking
Talking about body parts on the air.
In the seat.
It's Jason Hammer speaking through Terri in the seat.
Oh, he's astrally projecting. There we go.
Well, I love this. I think it's a great item you brought us today. I give you a 10 for great items because that's a good one.
And I'm also super excited because I discovered another honey hole for future antiquing expeditions. After I got done with the show at the Springfield Fairgrounds, literally right the exit down was an antique store that somehow I'd missed in my journeys back and forth from Indiana to Pennsylvania, called the Heart of Ohio Antique Center. Terri Stacy, this is the best antique mall that I've seen in a long time. They had a lot of really high dollar, high quality items. One of them I also purchased after the show, a lovely 19th century from the 1820s silver box from a German silversmith. And the quality that was oozing out of every pore of this place made me want to go back. They also had, and I didn't have 4,000 grand to spare, but they had Greek pottery for sale.
No.
Who would want some of that Greek pottery? Right,
that.
ancient
That's
Greek
amazing.
pottery that's about 2,000 years old, just sitting up there on the shelf. You don't see that kind of thing every
What kind
day.
of condition does that stay in?
Well,
it's there still, so surely the condition's good enough.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
any
my
ceramic,
gosh,
it'll last for as long as you don't
so
drop
cool.
it.
Very cool. Good tip. Good tip if you're out there looking too. Was talking
Right off
yesterday.
I-70.
Oh, Easy Drive.
Yeah.
Easy Drive. The Manor on Meridian. This is the St. Margaret Hospital Guild's Decorators Show House and Gardens. It goes through Mother's Day. We were talking to them because basically the owners leave for a matter of time. The decorators come in, 20 of them. They decorate. They redo the whole house and decorate it. They get a lot of their stuff oftentimes from thrift stores. This particular designer I was talking to yesterday was telling us that they were looking for a vase. They went to get the vase. They found it at the thrift store they frequent, brought it back to the decorator's show house, and it turned out it was an urn filled with ashes.
Oh,
no.
Somebody had taken the
sold
grandma to the thrift store, and she picked it up. And I believe she said they've got it there. It's, what would you do?
Did she
with
dump
it?
out the vase
No,
and clean it?
I don't think so, because that might be, you got ghosts on your back after you do that. That's their home now.
Maybe they want to be fertilizer. Just dump them in the tomato patch.
Ethan, thank you.
Thank you.
Ethan, you'll find him. He's here. He's still going to hang around with us through food news too. Kielynn, you ready
Heck
you got food
let's
news
do
today?
it.
All right, we will. Thank you all so much for joining us here on the first day on 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel.
Code Red. The left
The right, China, and the race to control AI.
What needs to be controlled? Most people, maybe they've downloaded ChatGPT, because I make AI videos of like Nigel making out with Whoopi Goldberg, and we put that on our social media. I don't think there's a race for China to try to outdo us in that category.
Hammer and Nigel, weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
A $200 million buyback in mortgage securities plus a new rate-friendly Fed chair is coming this spring. These moves are intended to push mortgage rates lower. The last time rates dropped, we saw a selling and buying frenzy. Now is the time to prepare to sell your home. It's time to call the expert, Mark Dietel. Maybe you need to sell now, maybe you need to maximize price, buying or selling fast or maximum cash. Mark Dietel has the proven plan to sell your home based on your needs, guaranteed. Mark Dietel is the only real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You just pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Angie in Fairland said, I was handling my mother's estate and needed to sell the home I grew up in. It was emotional for me, but the Dietel team handled the listing and repairs, secured a buyer, and sold the home after just 9 days on the market stress-free. Mark Dietel and his team made a challenging situation simple and successful. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietel, 317-755-4232. Get all the details, or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
The exterior of your home says a lot about the owner. What you're saying about you. Here's a hint. If you've got faded siding, peeling paint, or a color that makes you think of shag carpets and 25-cent gas, your house may be the talk of the neighborhood, but not in a good way. A refreshing new look is more than just slapping on a new coat of paint. It's getting the look exactly right with flawless prep, protective coatings, clean lines, smooth finishes, and zero headaches. Not every old painting company can do that. Spartan can. They prep it, protect it, and paint it right the first time. Spartan will also match or beat the price of those corporate painting chains. And every project is covered by a 7-year warranty. You'll get peace of mind along with a boost in curb appeal. Your house will be saying all the right things about you. Spartan also handles commercial jobs as well as residential. Google Spartan Construction or call 317-649-5266 to get started on the new look your home deserves. Spartan Construction Group. Painting exteriors, transforming impressions.
This is a message from the Office of the Indiana Attorney General.
With Indiana now under a declared energy emergency, the Attorney General's office is here to help protect you from gas gouging at the pump. We know every penny matters right now, and we want to make sure Hoosiers are treated fairly and that bad actors are held accountable. So, what exactly is gas gouging? Well, under Indiana law, it occurs when a gas station charges a price that grossly exceeds what they were charging during the 7 days before the emergency started, specifically April 1st through April 7th of this year. Now, not every price increase is gouging. It's not that simple. Prices can fluctuate based on market conditions, but when an increase becomes obvious and unacceptable, that's when it crosses the line into potential illegal activity. If you see a price that looks clearly excessive, check sites like GasBuddy and other resources for its recent price history, and file a complaint with the Office of Attorney General if necessary.
To file a complaint, go to indianaconsumer.com.
Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield joins Impact Fitness Foundation to bring whole health to Brookside School 54. Healthy food, fitness, and wellness. More at anthem.com/indy/community. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies, Inc.
Damon's Garden Center West has trees, shrubs, vegetables, flowers, hanging baskets, plus garden and landscape supplies and knowledgeable staff. Damon's West on Rockville Road.
Hello, everyone. Terri Stacy here. You hate to paint? Oh, I hate to paint. I hate it. Rhino Shield. They'll come to your rescue. You know what I'm talking about. You've heard about them, right? Rhino Shield. Every couple years, every few years, maybe this is the year you're going to need to repaint. And it's hard work, and it just gets harder, feels like. Rhino Shield will solve all of this for you. You'll never paint your house again with Rhino Shield. It's a ceramic coating, and it's specifically formulated for our unique climate. And unlike traditional painting contractors, this for you is a long-term solution. They can do brick, wood, metal, a variety of over 1,100 colors, comes with a 25-year transferable warranty, and that ensures your investment is protected for years to come. Get that guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for your home for 15% off the regular price. It's a limited time offer. Call 888-RHINO-41, 888-RHINO-41. Residential and commercial. Don't paint, no vinyl, get Rhino, and never paint your house again.
See Kid Rock live with John Party on Friday, June 19th at Ruoff Music Center. One huge night of country and rock you won't want to miss. Get your tickets now at WIBC.com.
It's been a long, long night. We're gonna be alright. It's gonna be a good day. I'm gonna sing all my blues away.
12:53, 59 degrees and sunny skies in Indianapolis. Watch out for the weather tomorrow evening. Sounds like we might get another round of storms coming through here that could be severe, and that will come in the night around 10 o'clock, 11 p.m. So just be watching out for that. I'm sure we're going to keep you up to date here on 93 WIBC. I'm Terri Stacy. Ethan Hatcher's still here. Hi, buddy.
Those storms better pass us on by because I can't afford to pay for more shingle patches.
I was
blowing
rough.
off the shingles on all my properties.
Oh
I'm
my
sure you're
gosh.
kind of in the central area of Indianapolis. You're really kind of in the heart of some of your homes. And it came through here. Trees were down in Military Park. They found shipping containers from the FedEx hub or someplace that ended up from the airport onto I-70 or near Ronald Reagan Parkway.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, big giant containers that had blown over. Pretty tough stuff. I was on the road and it was very frightening.
That sounds virtually tornadic.
Yeah, it kind of really does. It really does by when you see some of the damage.
It
Kielynn,
does.
yep.
We've had so many headlines to cover today. Did you guys care at all about the draft happening this weekend? And all of the records Indiana was setting?
No, I didn't pay attention to it. I watched Fernando Mendoza go
Right.
as round
It was a good
one,
one.
and then I
Yeah.
was done.
Oh, a
Yeah,
sports draft.
fair.
I thought you meant draft beers. Okay.
No, well, it is food news. So
yeah.
why you would
See?
automatically
I
do
love
that.
it.
Top of mind.
I love it. I just want to mention that the Hoosiers sent a record number of players to the league this year with
That's
that
cool.
draft. So not just Fernando Mendoza,
Yeah.
but seeing all of the other of the 8 players being selected. And that's just to mention a couple of them. So go Indiana.
You bet. You bet. All right, let's do it. It's time for a little food news. We've already eaten some delicious food.
Those empanadas are tasty.
We've mentioned a
Big
little
fan.
bit of some of the food news where Chituri is going to be expanding and other things, but there's plenty to get to always. So we'll talk a little bit about some more openings, but there is a little bit of food news I want to talk about. This one, there's a new bill running through the government right now. A bipartisan group of senators is trying to put the hot rotisserie chickens onto SNAP programs so that you can buy rotisserie chicken
I
with
thought
your
you were going to
SNAP
say the
benefit.
government said this is stop eating the rotisserie chickens. We're going to eliminate them all
Take 'em off the
together.
shelves.
I'm fine with that being part of SNAP.
agree.
That
Yeah,
seems
me
fair.
too.
I
mean,
wouldn't
that
have
can
ever
feed
thought of it.
It's hard to cook a chicken for the same
I
price that
agree.
they sell those rotisseries
Truly.
for.
Cook
So
it well.
that's
I
a
think
pretty
that's a
good use
deal.
of funds.
I agree. And
Yep.
that's not something I would have ever thought about as not being allowed with SNAP. But hey,
Hot food is generally not allowed with SNAP. That's the
That's
distinction. That's why they put the chicken in the cooler and then it's SNAP valid.
I
So
see.
that's
Okay.
the
It is now called the
That's the
Hot
wrinkle.
Rotisserie Chicken Act.
nice.
Yep, there you go.
Chicken
And
always
we'll see.
wrinkles when you put it in the refrigerator. One of those rotisserie chickens. Have you ever put one in the refrigerator?
Yeah,
It
yeah. I
wrinkles
don't like the way
back.
the
It
congealing's
shrivels
at the
up.
bottom.
Shrivels up a little bit.
Mhm.
I do love them though. Okay, I'm sorry I got distracted. Are you going to talk about the White Castle?
You can talk about the White Castle, Terry. We can talk about the White Castle.
Do you know about the story?
Which one?
They're going to put them into machines that we can get now. You can get a hot slider
Oh.
out of a
Like a
vending
vending
machine.
machine.
1,000 of them. They're putting
No.
1,000 of them out there. They're going to go to college campuses. Think this is brilliant.
Okay.
College
okay.
campuses, hospitals, all the places where you're
well.
supposed to be.
Have
and
you
maybe
eaten
airports.
vending machine food?
No, I love vending machine food and gas station
She
food.
does love her gas station food. Give
Love
her a
it.
good hot slice of pizza
I thought
from
that
a
was a
gas
good
station.
food news story.
Yeah, I do like that. I enjoy that. And I think that's better than some college food choices that they go for
There you
on
go.
campus. Mine was always Taco Bell, which I can't say is much better than White Castle.
No.
We'll move on. Talking about what we're eating, there was this study that came up on my feed on Facebook. I was just scrolling and they're like, do you want to be part of this study with Purdue University? And they're looking into the health effects of grain food in adults. So whether you're eating whole grain foods versus refined grain foods. And that's That's an interesting one. I'm curious to see what comes of their study. How are we already almost at time?
That's an easy one.
Oh
It'll
my
fatten you up,
gosh.
just like
There's
a cow.
so
That's
much
why
to
they're
talk
grain
about.
finished.
Today is National Pretzel Day. We didn't get to talk about nearly anything, but National Pretzel Day is today. So I do want to say, be sure to go get some pretzels, free Annie Ann's pretzels through the app and free Wetzel's pretzels as well. You can get there.
It's time to go. We got to run, guys. Thank you all so much. Appreciate you being here.
Flies.
We'll talk to you next time. It's the first day. 93 WIBC News is next.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
We are the National Park Foundation, and together with you, we're creating a future where every person, every generation, gets their chance at an unforgettable moment. Learn more at nationalparks.org/foundation.
Breaking news for your home. Way Day is here. It's Wayfair's big sale, where you can score the best deals in home, like up to 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all Way Day long. You won't find better deals for your home anywhere else. We're talking furniture, decor, rugs, and more, all at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Way Day. So don't wait. Shop Wayfair's Way Day now through April 27th to score the best deals in home.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
From the Duke and Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, this is 93 WIBC HD1 Indianapolis.
Analyzing the evidence.